Thank you for purchasing the SureShade Power Bimini front supports. This video will take you step by step through the installation process so you can enjoy the full benefits of the Power Bimini front supports. Before you begin, gather the following tools and equipment that you will need to successfully install the front supports. 1 to 2 people, electric or cordless drill, 2 Phillips head screwdrivers, Phillips head drill bit, 3/8" hex drive socket, a tape measure, and a non-permanent marker. When installing the front supports, the ideal placement of the H-bracket that attaches to the front frame would be as high up the front frame towards the top of the bow as possible, so that the front supports are as close to straight up and down or vertical and perpendicular to the top rail of the boat as possible. Ideal placement of the front supports is not always possible due to doors or furniture installed on the boat. If that's the case, start the installation on the side with the obstruction, which is commonly a gate on the port side or furniture on the starboard side. Then finish the installation on the opposite side of the boat to match it. First, fully open the Power Bimini top until the auto reset breaker trips. The tripped breaker ensures that the top is fully deployed. Next, attach one H-bracket to each front support by inserting a plastic snap bushing into each hole from the inside of the H-bracket. Now, place the H-bracket over the top of the front support, aligning the hold of the snap bushings with the holes of the front support. Insert the barrel nut into one hole of the H-bracket and the barrel bolt into the other H-bracket hole. Hand tighten the H-bracket into place. Next, remove the swivel stud from the locking plate by sliding back the spring-loaded locking button. Attach the swivel stud to the mounting eye of the front support with the hinge screw. This is the end that will attach to the top rail of the boat. Now, slide the locking button on the hinge plate back. Then insert the swivel stud into the locking hinge plate. Hold the H-bracket on the front Bimini frame or bow side as high up as possible. Place the locking plate as far forward on the top rail as possible without interfering with any obstructions on the boat like doors or furniture, or until the front support is straight up and down and perpendicular to the top rail of the boat. Please note, do not mount the front supports too far forward such that the front frame has to be pulled down to get the support to lock into the top mounting plate. These front supports are for additional Bimini top support and should be mounted so it's easy to disconnect them from the hinge plate for storing. Next, using a non-permanent marker, mark the location of the H-bracket on the front frame. Then, mark the location of the locking plate on the top rail of the boat. Use 2 Phillips screwdrivers, one to hold the barrel nut in place and the other screwdriver to remove the barrel bolt. Remove the H-bracket from the front support and place it at the marked location on the front frame. Using an electric or cordless drill and a 3/8" hex drive socket, attach the H-bracket with the 1/4" 14 by 3/4" hex washer head self-drilling screw through the center hole of the H-bracket. Now, insert the front support into the H-bracket and align the bracket holes with the front support holes. Using 2 Phillips screwdrivers, one to hold the barrel nut in place and the other screwdriver to tighten the pivot screw. Now, with the swivel locking stud removed, position the locking plate to the marks you made earlier. Using an electric or cordless drill and a Phillips head drive bit, attach the locking plate to the top rail using 2 3/16" self-drilling Phillips head screws. Take the location measurements for the H-bracket and locking plate from the front support installation and repeat these steps to install the second front support arm. Using a tape measure, start at the H-bracket and measure down along the face of the front frame of the previously installed H-brackets to a distance no less than 2 inches from the bracket. Mark that location with a non-permanent marker. Position the easy clip at that mark. Using an electric or cordless drill and Phillips head drive bit, insert the 3/16" self-drilling screw through the easy clip center hole and tighten. Repeat these steps for the second front frame. Fully open the Power Bimini top until the auto reset breaker trips. Pull the front support arm out of its easy clip. Position the swivel barrel over the hinge assembly. Then insert the swivel barrel. Follow the same steps on the other side of the Power Bimini. To retract the front support, slide and hold the hinge assembly's locking button down, Then pull the swivel barrel out of the locking plate. Release the locking button and push the front support arm into its easy clip. Again, thank you for purchasing the SureShade Power Bimini front supports.